What a weird thing to happen. Why has it happened?
Steven Schumacher has got the best points per game ratio of any Stoke manager at the club since 1999.
And they've sacked him.
And they've sacked him.
We're Stoke fans, aren't we? We're gonna get behind him.
Yes.
We're just a bit baffled. Isn't he coached under Pep Guardiola?
Yeah, he's worked with Pep Guardiola before, I've heard that.
But I can't believe this is his last game as a caretaker manager, lost to Stoke.
Yeah, so...
That can't be right. Hello and welcome back to another episode of Stoke Fan TV with myself, Max.
And me, Sam.
And Sam. And you might be thinking of Max and Sam decided they're going to start a new, I don't know, outside gardening TV show. No, we've just moved outside of the studio because it is roasting in there today. And it's September in England.
Yeah, it's lovely today.
And it's lovely, isn't it? So we've come out into the garden. Right, so there's quite a bit to talk about, isn't there? That's happened at Stoke since the international break.
Yeah, what a week it's been.
What a week it's been. But before that, please press pause. Please hit the like button, hit the subscribe button as well if you haven't already, because it really helps promote the channel. So, Shuey has departed. He's gone. Who saw that coming?
No one.
Nobody,
what a shock that was.
It was a little bit, wasn't it? You were raging.
I woke up, I was on holiday. Woke up, turned my phone on, Schumacher's gone. I was like, what?
Yeah, you were raging.
Yeah, and I put a little video up, didn't I?
You put a little video, and the comments, we had some good comments on that, didn't we? Someone said it was like another Steve Cottrell situation. People were a bit bemused, like we all kind of were.
Yeah.
Somebody said, "Oh, can we do more shows weekly?" Hey, mate, you find us a sponsor, you can have as many Stoke shows as you want. Trust me. But I tell you what, yeah, let's get into it.
Yeah.
We've got the screen going. You can see the same thing we are. This is what they had to say. John Walters basically said that his role as sporting director is to make tough decisions that serve the long-term interests of Stoke City. Ongoing discussions with John Coates. I feel the time is right for a change in direction to bring success to the club. They've got a young, dynamic squad, eager to develop, blah, 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 blah. Basically, he's saying these decisions are difficult and they wish
them all the best.
Staff all the best. What a weird thing to happen. Why has it happened?
Something must have happened on that bus on the way back from Oxford.
Bags of rumours flying around.
There's loads of rumours, can't confirm anything, don't take it all gospel, but yeah, loads of rumours going around. What
do we think it is? I mean, it's difficult not to speculate. Something about an argument, something about this. Either way, one thing for sure, right? Stoke haven't acted like this.
No, ever.
Pretty much ever, especially since we've been relegated.
Yeah.
Regardless of what you think of it, this is something new.
It is.
Stoke, isn't it?
Stoke tend to wait a bit too long, usually, to get rid of managers. So, I don't know, is this going to be a blessing in disguise or is this going to be a complete mess up by the club?
Well, I'll tell you what, let's just have a look at Steven Schumacher's stats, according to this stats site. So, obviously, we know he's been at Stoke. Oh, we know he was at Plymouth before he was at Stoke, and he came to Stoke. 32 matches, 13 wins, 13 losses, 6 draws. That's pretty much smack down the middle, isn't it?
Yeah.
I wouldn't say he wasn't doing a bad job.
He wasn't doing a bad job, but if you do look at when he first come throughout February, I think we had about 3 wins in about 8 games. So he did have a bad patch at the start of this year.
Can we just bring up all our results? Right, so let's just dig into some of these results. To be quite honest with you. Now,
from 20th of January.
Well, this isn't fully up to date. I think there's some current ones, but if you look back, because he come in January time, didn't he?
His first game was against Millwall on the 23rd of December, the 0-0 draw at home.
Right, okay. And then, there's a bit of a patch here where he lost a few in a row. Do you know what? It was looking a bit dicey at times.
Yeah, it was.
Sherry. It was looking a bit dicey, but I think, he did all right, didn't he?
There was a response when Walters come in, and you can see that clearly on that colour chart there. If you get that back up, you can see where Walters come in.
Right.
And then the red starts to fade, and then all the last 9 games of the season, we lost 1.
Right, okay. So you think it was the Walters effect?
I think it was the Walters effect that saved Steven Schumacher in the first place.
Oh, okay. Right.
Because if Walters hadn't have come in, if you look at that, what's that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 games, 4 losses. No, 4 wins, sorry.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
Not good, is it?
No, you make a valid point there. It is interesting when you look at the stats like that.
Yeah.
Now, like I say, go back to his stats. He didn't have a major proven record, but the one thing he did have, right, is he'd been promoted. He'd got a team
Yes.
promoted.
Well, if
from
you
League
look on
Two.
there at his stats at Plymouth, 60 wins to 30 losses is a lot better than his stats at Stoke. Now, when you go back to previous managers that Stoke have had, if you go on the points per match, 1.41 for Steven Schumacher. The only person that's come close to that since 1999 is Tony Pulis at 1.40.
Really?
Steven Schumacher has got the best points per game ratio of any Stoke manager at the club since 1999.
And they've sacked him.
And they've sacked him. That's not including caretaker managers,
Right.
but they've sacked him.
Well, that's interesting, isn't it? I mean, it is a shock. We can only speculate.
Let's hope it's a blessing.
The one thing I will say is the last game in charge at Oxford. It was pretty woeful.
Yeah, poor.
It was a really poor performance. I think there's talk that there was a disagreement with the squad that Schumacher played, that he maybe shouldn't have started Gooch in the position that he did.
Yeah.
I'd agree with him. I agree with that he shouldn't have started Gooch at centre attacking mid. Well, worth losing your job. But then,
if there's been an argument on the way home about it, I don't know. We'll see.
The
But
point is-
moving on,
yeah, I know we need to move on. We need to move to the next one. What I will say is just a case in point, just to finish is, if you've got a hierarchy there, or sorry, you've got a manager and then someone below, and then there isn't a getting along, then long term that's not going to work out.
no. So
if there has been a bit of a disagreement, it's not quite working. It's better that it's nipped in the bud almost immediately, and they kind of both parties move on.
Yes.
And you know, in Walters we trust.
Yes.
If it is, I mean, it's all coming down to Walters. It might not be Walters.
I think it looks by the statement that Walters has had the deciding factor on this, because Walters has been left in charge of head of football, hasn't he?
Yeah.
So we'll see.
Right. So,
But going on to Walters has not got a track record of running a football club either. So we need to be very careful on trusting what John Walters does.
and they were happy with him when he came. But anyway, right, we'll move on from it, and we'll look at, because obviously we've appointed somebody. Now we're filming this on the Wednesday. This is not long happened.
Yes.
They actually have appointed this Narcís. Now, how'd you say his surname?
Pelach?
Pelach or Pelach?
Don't know, but I know he's got
Pelach.
I know he's got a nickname which is Chico.
Right, we'll
So
call
let's
him
just
Chico.
call him
Should
Chico.
we just call him Chico? Are you sure that's his nickname?
Definitely.
Right, okay. Oh, we'll go with Sam.
Chico Tar.
It's Chico time. Right, okay. Well, they've appointed him. Either way, what do we know about him? Well, this is what they've had to say. So, this is what John Walters says. Across the extensive dialogue I've had across football, including at the highest levels of the game, Narcís is one of the most respected and sought after coaches around.
Okay.
Well, okay, right. He's exceptionally driven, meticulous, and will drive those same standards from everyone around him at the club. Having been a head coach in Spain from the age of 25, it was always something Narcís was going to get back to, and he has been patient about selecting the right opportunity. We are delighted that after talking to John and myself, Narcís was excited by the opportunity to represent a club with a talented young squad, passionate fan base, and ambitious plans for the future.
Sounds exactly like what they said when they signed Schumacher to me, mate.
It's
They've copied and pasted it, I think.
there's no doubt in our minds that Narcís will enjoy a successful career as a head coach, and we are, presumably it's supposed to be, excited to give him the opportunity to make that a reality at Stoke City. Well, there you go. That's what they've had to say about it. Correct, the club is ambitious. Correct, the club does have a young attacking squad. Is this going to be the man who obviously wins the league with Stoke? He'll be joined by Dean Whitehead. Now, we've heard of him. Where have we heard of him from?
Yeah, centre mid for Stoke, wasn't he?
Who's he? Oh, yes, that's right, yeah. So he'll be coming back.
Yeah.
Paul Clements and analyst Harrison Glue.
Paul Clements has got a high rating as well.
Right, okay. So, I mean, there's a bit going on, and he sounds like excited. What's he said? I feel great excitement and looking forward to winning the league with Stoke. There you go. Very good. I'm looking forward to that. Let's just have a look at his stats. I can't believe this is his last game as a caretaker manager. Lost to Stoke.
Yeah,
That can't be right.
So
Is it?
Pelach or Chico's last game. Chico's last game as a manager when he was caretaker manager for Huddersfield earlier in 2023 was against Stoke and we beat him 3-0.
That was his last game.
Yeah.
As a manager.
And
Well, how about that then? Can't be right.
It is honestly.
He's
it's
coached
right.
since then.
He's coached since then. He's been an assistant manager since then. But the last game he took charge of, Stoke beat Huddersfield 3-0.
Right. Okay. Well, this is his record. Now, isn't this is his record at CF
Peralada.
Yeah. 17 wins and 17 losses.
Sounds like Shumacher.
Schumacher's 13 and 30. And then he's drawn 23.
Which is more.
So he's the draw specialist.
Okay.
We're going to draw our way to promotion. Do you know what? We're probably being overcritical here. Apparently,
Yeah.
I've heard like, didn't he coached under Pep Guardiola?
Yeah, he's worked with Pep Guardiola before, I've heard that. And I think he's done a bit with Neil Warnock as well. So there's potential.
There's quite a difference there, isn't there?
He's got quite a bit of backing off them, hasn't he, in the past?
Well,
so.
you know, I think we're Stoke fans, aren't we? We're gonna get behind him.
Yes.
We're just a bit baffled.
Look, I'm looking forward to seeing it. This is our third foreign manager in the club's history.
Right. Okay. So we'll see what happens. I'm not really sure of his style of play. He's got a good young team to work with. So there you go. I mean, Stoke fans, Narcís Pèlach, Chico. Are you? What do you think of him? Do you think this is a good thing? Let us know in the comments and your thoughts on Shiri as well. The one thing that can't be denied, right, was that last game against Oxford was
poor,
woeful.
Yeah.
And I hate to say it, but you know, is Stoke City becoming the place where good, proven strikers come to fade into nothing? Because Tom Cannon
against Fleetwood.
I think Leicester have left him out in the rain because he's so rusty.
Yeah.
I mean,
it was through on goal for that. He should have. It did bounce just before, but
I've got to show you this because obviously this was the match stats, and these are the teams here. I mean, this isn't really. The formations that we've got here doesn't really reflect how it played out. I mean, as you can see there, that's not 4-1, is it?
No.
From Oxford, and that's
4-3-3.
Yeah, sort of. So you can kind of see what was going on. But if we look at Paul Cannon, like in this game, I mean, look at his heat map. I mean, the only touches he gets anywhere near the goal. Like a couple of things here.
No shots.
No shots. I think 10 touches. I know he had 4 in the first half. Is that Cannon's fault or is this the same old story? Now,
yeah.
I mean, the one thing that might have just tipped it for John Walters and Peter Coates is when he brought Niall Ennis on. And then the first thing Niall Ennis did was run the ball out of play.
No.
Maybe he just looked at that and they thought, what is he doing? Bringing him on. But not a good start from that particular game.
No.
And then 2 chances against Fleetwood, one from the spot in the penalty shootout, saved. The other one from open play, comes over the top and he puts it over the bar.
That ball was brilliant though.
Not knocking that. He looks to me, at the minute,
rusty.
2 yards off the pace.
Yep.
I don't want to put too much pressure on the lad.
He's played 3 games since February before coming to Stoke.
Exactly. You know, let's try and stick with him, but and if anything to go by, right? I know I'm knocking Ennis a bit here, but he scored in his first game.
Yeah.
Pretty much his first touch, and he hasn't scored since. So maybe it's the opposite.
Yeah.
Maybe Cannon, right? But I really hope he's really gonna.
I like the Spanish style of football.
Right. Okay. What's that then?
So the tippy tappy, like passing it around, but attacking. Because Spanish teams are attacking. Guardiola's an attacking manager. Well, if he's worked with Guardiola and brings a bit of Guardiola's skill and attacking knowledge into Stoke, I'll be happy with that because.
Well, can he get the cannon firing for a start? How's he going to blend in that team? I mean, that game. I'll go back to it again. One positive in that game, that was Johansson.
Yeah. What, the Fleetwood game?
Yeah. No, not the Fleetwood game. Before that, the Oxford game, because that's what we're on at the minute. Was Johansson? I thought that he did He's a solid keeper. He is.
Man of the match.
There, man of the match. Solid keeper.
And against Fleetwood.
And against Fleetwood, making the saves in the penalty shootout. I am kind of brushing over the Fleetwood game a bit. It was a
poor game. Some good performances by Sidibe in the midfield.
Correct. He didn't do too badly in the Oxford game either.
No.
What's happened to our two best players from last season? Wouterberger and Million Manhoef seem a bit off form.
Now, Jono had international games over pre-season, so his pre-season was cut short compared to the others.
And he got an injury.
And he come back. So cut Jono a bit of slack. He'll come back. He'll come good. I can see that.
Right, Wouterberger
played all right when he come on against Fleetwood.
Yeah, missed a penalty in the penalty shootout there.
Missed a penalty in the penalty shootout.
Who didn't miss a penalty?
I think he's missed another penalty in the shootout before, hasn't he?
Who didn't miss a penalty in that?
I know, that was an awful penalty shootout.
We are massively reliant at the minute, or it seems like we're massively reliant though, on Million Manhoef on that right-hand side. He's even in this game, I'll just pull the stats up here. Look at that, like that heat map down that right-hand side. You could tell.
Kumas as well, but
Kumas is 45 touches.
Yeah.
10 for Cannon, 45 for Manhoef.
They're giving it to Manhoef, hoping he can do something with it.
It's becoming the Shaqiri for Stoke, isn't he? Obviously, he's got similar vibes to Shaqiri. I know. Come on, I know people say, Shaqiri, different league. It is a different league. We're talking Championship, okay. But he's a young lad, and he's got the talent on that right wing. He's cutting in all the time, shooting on his left. Big things going to be struggling to keep hold of him if we don't go up this. Do you know, I know we've got rid of Shumacher.
Yeah.
I know there'll be a lot of critique on why we've done it. But it's a big season for Stoke, this is.
It is massive.
We've been languishing in the Championship, for 7 seasons?
Yeah.
7 seasons, something like that now? It's a big season. We need to really make a statement.
We need to get higher up the leagues, really, because the relegation battle is not where Stoke need to be.
If we don't get promoted this season, we're going to struggle to keep hold of some of these. Like Million Manhoef, we're going to struggle. Obviously, the lone players are going to go back and maybe stay with their teams. If Million Manhoef starts kicking on again, if Wouterberger starts kicking on again.
And Johansson, even a Premier League team might come knocking.
We have to, if this is a statement of intent from Stoke, who've said, right, we've played the first X amount of games of the season and we're not where we need to be.
Yeah.
Sorry, but you've got to do better. I'm just a bit concerned that this manager they brought in seems like another gamble. And I hope it pays off.
There's a lot of teams signing young managers now.
But Shuey was a young manager and he was doing all right.
Yeah, I know. And
what's your overriding feeling of it? Are you happy or sad? Or angry?
I was a bit annoyed, actually, when Schumacher got sacked, because it was just completely random.
Yeah.
And I feel like the fans have been let down as well, because the fan forums recently, where all 3 of them are sat there on the thing saying, everything's good, everything's going fine, we're all really ambitious, everything's going well, and then literally 2 months later, gone. And I'm pretty sure a few of the fans are going to feel a little bit betrayed by the upper management at the club.
Quite possible.
To be honest.
Let us know again. There's plenty to talk about in the comments for this one, Stoke fans. Right. Obviously, this was the Oxford game. Let's move on from that now.
Yeah.
Shuey, thank you for coming in and steadying the ship towards the end.
He'll go to another good team. He'll go to a team and he'll do well.
Yeah. And you came in and you did save us from relegation, and it was a relegation battle.
Yeah.
He did. You can't. No, you can't.
He's
in charge.
The Walters effect saved us from relegation.
Yeah, but he was in charge.
He was.
So you can't. You can't argue it. I'm sorry, you can't argue it.
He'll do well. Schumacher will.
Right. He's off. Chico time.
Yeah.
I really hope that's his nickname.
It is his nickname.
Like imbeciles.
It is.
Call him Chico. Chico time. Starting this Friday against Hull.
Yes, big game.
Let's get the stats up for Hull quickly for this next game.
If I remember rightly.
So, right, okay. So they are struggling down at the bottom of the league.
Drawn 3, lost 2.
So they've lost. So Sheffield Wednesday, just coming down here.
That was in the cup, wasn't it?
They drew with Plymouth, drew with Millwall, lost to Leeds, lost to Sheffield United.
Stoke have beat Hull 5 out of the last 7 meetings.
Do you know, if there's any time for the new manager to come in and have a new manager back, this is the perfect game for him.
Yeah.
Because Hull are not looking great.
No, Stoke did lose to Hull last season at home.
Right, okay.
But
look at that. Yeah.
I remember a few seasons ago, I think it was probably quite a few seasons ago, we won them 5-1 at home, so we quite like playing all at home, Stoke do.
Yeah. I just they're on a poor run. They haven't scored in 3 games.
No.
So if there's any time to come at them, it's this Friday.
Yes, let's hope we can get a good result against them and the manager starts with a good record.
Well, who's he going to play? You know, he's going to have his team set out, isn't he? He's going to have ideas of how he wants to play his football.
Well, Phillips went off with a concussion injury against Fleetwood, so I can't see Phillips playing as a precaution at centre-back.
I'm a bit worried about our centre-back situation. I've said this before the season started.
Yep.
For me, Gibson and Wilmot together doesn't work.
No, and let's hope the new manager can come in and see that from the start.
There's no pace between them.
But who's the alternative?
Well, Phillips, but he's injured if he's not going to play. What about Anderson?
Give him a shot.
Young lad. Dixon has been playing at right back, but he come across.
Dixon, good player.
I think we need a bit of pace in there. I'm not knocking Wilmot or Gibson. I think they're both good players, but together, you know, you need these complement each other, don't you?
Definitely.
Cheese and biscuits.
Yeah.
At the minute, it's biscuits and biscuits.
Yeah.
Where's the pace? We
Yeah,
need something in there, running back and covering because we're sitting very deep. That's my thoughts going into this one.
I'm looking forward to the game. It's going to be on TV. I hope there's a big crowd there.
Are you predicting a win?
I'm going to go 4-1 Stoke.
4-1?
Yeah.
Blimey heck, is Cannon going to score?
No.
Oh, no.
Manhoef will score 2.
Okay.
Moran will score and Kumas.
Okay. Well, let's go. I might say more of a 2-1 personally. I'm going to have 4-1. Blimey heck, Sam. He's going off on it there.
Yeah.
Fair play to you. What do you think, Stoke fans? We're nearly at the end of the show, to be honest with you. All we can say, plenty to digest. Plenty to go off.
New era again, and let's hope it's a better era than the last one and the one before that and the one before that and the one before that.
We've had a few managers now. We were saying Watford, but then Watford are playing well now.
Yeah.
They've got to somebody who they're going to play well with. Is it going to be Chico time, or is it going to be regret sacking Shuey time? We shall see. Anyway, I think that's it from us here at Stoke Fan TV. Another episode of Stoke Fan TV out. But don't forget, we're not starting an episode of Gardener's World. It's not even like that. We just come outside the studio because it's too hot.
Yeah.
But thanks for watching. If you haven't already hit the like button, hit the like button. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel as well. And that's goodbye from me.
And goodbye from me.
And that's goodbye from Sam as well. We'll see you in the next episode.